Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It is Mike Kakuk from the Morning Drive here on AM 800, and we are going live to Vegas right now, believe it or not, on this Thursday afternoon. Moments ago, a big project was revealed, Project Arrow, which 35% of it was built in Windsor-Essex. Invest Windsor-Essex was involved, the Automotive Manufacturers Parts Association, which is very prevalent here, Invest Windsor-Essex, and some University of Windsor technology involved in this as well. And we go live to the floor. We were lucky enough that we found Emily, let me get this right, Dreibelbis, right?
Perfect.
From
Yep.
PC Magazine, their electric vehicle reporter who's out there in Vegas live right now. It looks pretty exciting there. You having a good time?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I arrived here. They had a presentation. There was a big black drape over the vehicle. 5 minutes of talking, and they ripped it right off. And the vehicle is awesome. I will show you. It's back here. See if we can get inside. There's tons of people swarming it. So
Yeah, I bet. There it
see
is. The
that.
first time
So
we're seeing the actual vehicle fully. It was here at Caesars Windsor back at the conference they had here back in October. We only saw a little bit of it. This is the first time we're seeing the full thing, so pretty exciting. Is there a lot of vehicle reveals that are happening at the show this year?
yeah, absolutely. CES has kind of become a big car show, and it's all about electric vehicles, all about the tech inside the vehicles. So we're seeing all the established automakers, GM, Volvo, Volkswagen's here. They just debuted a new electric sedan 2 nights ago. It came out in electromagnetic paint, so 40 layers of paint that light up different colors. Classic CES stunt, but it was pretty fun. And then we're seeing these smaller players like Project Arrow from Canada. We saw VinFast is here. They have their vehicles in town from Vietnam. They just shipped their first shipment to the States. So it's an exciting time. We're seeing new people, new players, seizing the electric vehicles moments to get involved. And then also the established automakers as well, kind of stepping up and coming out with new lineups.
Now, with the presentation, it sounded like it was pretty quick that, they unveiled it. They took the blanket off or the sheet off and said, here we go. Here's the arrow. What did we learn about it today? Did we learn anything new, or did you learn anything new about this vehicle?
Well, it's nice that there are members from the Ontario government here, the Canada government, just kind of talking about the students that design the vehicle. A lot of different partners are here. There's a company called LiDAR Tech out of Quebec that makes the LiDAR technology inside. So I think it's a lot of reiteration of what we've seen already. The big reveal is just the car here bringing those university students' design to life, and it's beautiful. It is very impressive. I feel like it competes just as well with the car we saw from Sony last night. Sony and Honda came together to make a car, and this one is even more built out and even cooler. So kudos to them. It's awesome.
That is exciting, and you mentioned, a lot of the people from here. As you swung around, I noticed some familiar people from Windsor, Essex, and I noticed Yvonne Pilon from We Tech Alliance is there. So tell her we said hi as well. And it looks like it's being well attended, and there's a lot of interest involving this vehicle. And this is a pretty rare accomplishment for Canada.
Yeah, absolutely. There's tons of people here. The car is kind of being swarmed. We are hearing, some Canadian accents, some A's true to form. So the people are out. Canada is here at CES, and people are in good spirits. Lots of smiles, just talking about the car, taking pictures. Flavio Volpe is here. I'm going to talk to him in a minute. He kind of leads the project. We had some other people here as well. So yeah, it's a good time. I think the car will just be here now for the next couple of days for the remainder of the show.
Yeah, Flavio, we've had him on the program so many times on our show on AM 800. And the fact that he has really been at the forefront of this project in the and the Automotive Parts Manufacturers Association, such a big
Yeah.
part of this, and our city as well, Windsor and Essex in the Chatham region, and this is big for us. Not only that, but we're going to have a new battery plant in our area from Stellantis and LG building a battery plant. In our city. I mean, it's being built as we speak. It's amazing how fast, when they want to get something done, government, Emily, that they can get this going very quickly.
Yeah, it's amazing. I have my own connection to Canada. I grew up camping in Canada and Nova Scotia, so it's personally exciting for me, even though I'm from the States. I think the next thing is just kind of what's next, like what happens with the car. Of course, at CES, there are tons of concept vehicles. From what I understand, it's relatively feasible to make one car, but the question is, how do you scale it? How do you mass produce it? And other companies like Tesla struggled with that. Rivian, the electric pickup trucks, struggled quite a bit with that. With all the supply chain issues this past year, it's going to be harder for newer entrants, but hopefully we're out of that, and hopefully we'll see tons of these on the road, maybe some in the States. But now that the vehicle's here in person, the question really is what's next and what's to come in the next couple of years.
Yeah, and I would imagine that's what you're going to talk to Flavio about in a few minutes when you get a chance to talk to him. Like, what are they going to do with this thing now?
Right. What's the plan? How do you get it to consumers? How do you price it? Where do the batteries come from? All that. Lots of questions.
And then you are the electric vehicle reporter for PC Magazine. It's amazing that we think about PC Mag and where it was maybe a few years ago, and I was checking for reviews on the what laptop I could buy or what monitor I can buy. Much more than that now.
Yeah, so PC Mag celebrated 40 years in print at first. Now it's a digital magazine, and yes, typically focused on PCs, so computers. But what we're seeing with EVs is that they are rolling computers, and a lot of people have said that before. But I mean, the tech inside the car, Google has tech in cars, Qualcomm. So many big tech companies are kind of coming into the vehicle now, and it's becoming almost that third space where you also do computer-like activities. So really kind of fits in our wheelhouse there. It is a new space for PC Magazine, but I think a lot of tech magazines and tech companies are hopping onto EVs as well. So we're here too.
You obviously cover this quite well, and you're all over the story. We get a lot of concerns from people about, once everybody gets on the bandwagon and it's only electric cars, and a lot of people are going to be getting them and charging them. How is the grid going to handle this and all of everybody charging their cars? Are governments ready? Is the infrastructure ready yet?
It's all about peak times of consumption. So when you hear stories in the news about the grid went out, or it's usually during a natural disaster or sometime where there's a peak consumption or like commuting hours or times when people are using their electronics. So with EVs, the big thing is how do you spread out demand on the grid and maximize the capacity over time. So there's a lot of battery storage and energy storage products coming out. Tesla Powerwall, the Ford F-150 Lightning, and a lot of other EVs have what's called bidirectional charging, where you can store power in your vehicle and then dole it back out. So that's kind of the focus now, and a big part of maximizing the capacity that we have and having people charging at different times, storing and using it independently. And then, we'll see from there. We will see. And of course, another big thing with the grid is making it cleaner. So you can have electric vehicles, but they don't have emissions, but maybe the power that they're using is coming from coal or something like that. So I think that's really important too.
Okay. Well, listen, enjoy the rest of the show. Is there anything else that stood out? I mean, I know you're focusing on the electric vehicles. Any other gadgets and stuff that you've been looking at?
I've been focusing on pretty much electric vehicles and everything is EV, all things EV. I did write on a Lenovo kind of a tablet where you can write and take notes, and it was amazing. The pen on the screen really felt kind of like sandpaper, like it had like that tactical feel, even though it was a pen on the screen. So just fun things like that, but mostly EVs for me.
All right. Emily, thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your time in Vegas. We appreciate you doing this today.
All right. Thank you. Take care.